Should we prioritise our projects or our assignments from the service desk? For all its importance, the service desk is not the only IT workgroup involved in IT support. While most IT support inquiries arrive at the service desk, many are destined to be resolved by another workgroup that has the requisite skills or authorities. The service desk seems to get much of the attention in IT support because of its centre stage position, but it is only part of the story. As we head downstream to the various technical workgroups that resolve the perhaps more challenging technical inquiries, patterns begin to emerge. These groups of developers, network engineers, communications specialists, desktop support technicians and so on do not necessarily have support as their main function. Indeed, to varying degrees, support inquiries arriving from the first line can be seen as an interruption to the activities those groups were set up to provide. Let's take developers and network engineers as examples. Their work is often project-based, following planned designs to produce new systems for the business. This work is proactive, unlike support resolutions which by definition are reactive. In addition, these downstream groups may also be conducting routine maintenance tasks to keep systems up to date and safe from the malice of the cybercriminal. For these groups, creating new systems and maintenance work are seen as their main functions, and support interruptions can be seen as an aberration to that. But we all know those support interruptions are important for all the contribution development projects will make to business future, and for all that routine maintenance may prevent future failures. A support inquiry is firmly rooted in the now. The effort made by systems users ultimately results in corporate productivity, so where a support inquiry indicates that a user or system has been impeded, the corporate productivity that otherwise would have been made has been reduced in value or stopped altogether. In such a case, this inquiry's existence is affecting corporate delivery and revenue right now, and that alone puts support right at the head of the queue of priorities. For those workgroups that do not have support inquiry resolution as their core activity, this represents something of a conflict of imperatives. Keeping the business going pays our salaries, but to let that requirement either delay or diminish our core activities is to deny the original purpose that created our workgroup. So how to square these two competing demands? The answer to that lies in the nature of those demands. Projects must be planned. Maintenance must be scheduled, but the reactive assignments arriving from the first line are, on the face of it, unpredictable. We don't know what we will be asked to do until we're asked, and when that happens, our response should be close to immediate. There's no planning to be done there, and thus the main difference between the main work and assigned work of a technical group becomes clear. If the work matches our design purpose, it is planned. If it arrives from outside, it's purely reactive. This is why some technical groups are reluctant to offer an expectation of when they will complete or resolve these reactive inquiries, precisely because the nature of the work cannot be known in advance, so the time to complete apparently must be equally unpredictable. In truth, however, the unpredictability is an illusion, and any forecast resolution time does not have to be an absolute. Measurement of these incoming inquiries over time will erode the unpredictability to some extent. You may find that the number and type of inquiries requiring your group's response is less varied than it may appear. And as for forecast resolution time, that can be managed by setting the user's expectation of when you will next make contact over the inquiry, whether resolved or not. That does not make the fix predictable, but it relieves the pressure from the user. The Pareto principle often applies. 80% of your incoming inquiries will follow a pattern you can plan for. It just takes a little measurement. Once you have a number to work with, get the workgroup members to estimate how much effort is actually involved in resolving those 80%, the typical inquiries. Sum that effort, and then make a subgroup of your workgroup members just to deal with incoming support inquiries. This process is called ring fencing. Make sure you regularly rotate all your staff through that subgroup to stop monotony from getting in the way. With the subgroup in place, all the resource left over is for projects, maintenance, skills development, and all the other calls on your workgroup's time. So this makes planning those other activities easier too. The techniques for making sure you have resource for projects despite interruptions from reactive inquiries are taught in depth in the Operational Manager Certificate, which is a qualification in the Mastering IT Support Delivery training curriculum. The MISD programme shows IT support staff and managers how to do their job effectively with method and professionalism. To get yourself and your staff qualified, visit itsupporttraining.co.uk.